Hey there everybody, Johnny here, going to bring you another episode of my Vainglory gameplay. First of all, just to let you know that this video is going to be made out of the request of one of my viewers on my YouTube channel by the name of Seal Gaming. That's the username. So Seal Gaming, thank you so much for commenting on my video and requesting for a Skaarf video, which is what exactly I'm going to be using in this case. This is a solo casual match, just do bear with my noob Skaarf moves because Skaarf is not exactly a character or hero that I use very often, but I must say that Skaarf is definitely one of the strongest laners in the game, and also not to mention one of the cutest heroes in the game as well, aside from Petal. So I'm gonna be using him. Actually, is it a him? Is Skaarf a him? I'm not sure because, you know, in the game, all Skaarf does is like or something like that. It doesn't really talk, so the jury's still out on his gender. Unlike Petal, Petal is most likely a girl or a boy with a really feminine voice or something like that. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so for Skaarf, let's assume it's a he, all right? So he is, like I said, one of the strongest laners in the game because of his pure damage as well as his heroic perk. Just give you a background for this game right now. So basically, as you can see, I am laning together with my teammates are Catherine and Taka, who is also going Crystal Power. My counterpart in lane is Black Feather, and their team consists of, if I am not wrong, a Sky. Yeah, Sky as well as a Finn. There we go. Okay, so that's their combination. Also a very strong combo, and with this Black Feather in lane is going to cause me quite a few problems because he's a very mobile hero. So it's going to be hard for me to land my A abilities, which I did do one right there. But that's the very few times I actually was able to hit this very mobile hero. I mean, he basically, once he gets his ultimate, he can basically escape from so many things. Okay, so let's just talk about Skaarf right now. So Skaarf has a heroic perk, which is Fan the Flames. That is actually one of the craziest heroic perks, I must say. So the moment you land one of your fireballs on a hero, and the enemy hero will be, well, basically set ablaze, and while this enemy hero is on fire, every basic attack that you do to this hero will continue to set this hero ablaze, and thus have some damage over time. And also at the same time, each basic attack, I think it takes about a certain percentage of his maximum health. I forgot the percentage here. You can probably go check it out under the Academy section of the app. But yeah, basically, it takes away a certain percentage. So every time you shoot that basic attack on an enemy hero that is on fire, well, basically it's going to do a lot of damage over time. So what you want to do is to hit that one fireball onto the hero and just keep chasing after the hero and just keep blowing basic attacks at him, and you're going to do a lot of damage. And this is why Skaarf is able to stand against some of the nastiest laners, such as Saw. In this case, Saw being very slow, it's easy for Skaarf to land his fireballs on the enemy Saw, and also not to mention with the goop, you can actually keep Saw on top of a burning goop for a long time to take in a lot of damage. This way, Saw will have no choice but to back out sometimes, and this is great because Saw usually will be the one pushing lane, and that's exactly what you want to do. So anyway, as you can see over there, we just had a team fight where we took out the enemy Black Feather because he was coming in from me, and I knew my teammates were there, and we all go in together with Catherine's stun and my goop. I managed to keep Black Feather on top of the goop for quite some time, and of course Taka came in to do some more damage. And that's basically why Skaarf is so good as well. He can team up with so many supports, and they work well together. For example, Catherine's stun is able to keep an enemy hero in place long enough for you to aim your fireball Okay, and also maybe keep the person on top of your burning goop. So he has immense synergy with Catherine. And not to forget as well, Catherine has her ultimate that silences the enemies for a good few seconds. And if you can time that really well together with your ultimate as well, it's going to just burn the enemies down with no way to escape, you see. So that's a very good synergy there. I believe Skaarf can also team up very well with a Finn. And this is because Finn's grab and all his other abilities as well keeps the enemy close or together in one spot. And once this Finn does that, you can actually drop a goop over the spot where Finn would stun the enemy or were to pull the enemy in. You can drop a goop there and throw in a fireball, and they will all be burning over that goop for quite some time. So once again, great synergy with a Finn. In fact, I would say because Skaarf's mobility is not exactly very high, he doesn't move very fast, I would say he would have very good synergy with Finn. He would be able to keep close to Finn and keep close to the fight at the same time. And also with Arden, Arden's gauntlet can keep the enemies all in one place, and if you can time that together with your ultimate, basically there's this technique. It's called the pressure cooker, which is basically you just put it on the gauntlet, and then you just do your ultimate into the gauntlet, and basically everyone in there is just gonna get cooked because they have nowhere to run. So that's also another great tactic you can use. So you can see Skaarf's abilities allows him to work very well with a lot of supports. So that's one consideration for you guys out there who probably want to use Skaarf. You can be rest assured that he can pair up with many of the very popular supports. Okay, so that's about his compatibility, his synergy with the heroes, and also talked a bit more about his abilities as well. Okay, so now also let's concentrate on the game over here. So as you can see, we are up against a very mobile enemy team. Sky can easily skirt around you, and you have of course the Black Feather who can just use his ultimate and he just dances around you too. So here in another fight, I blow in my ultimate onto the enemy over here, and I try to target the Sky because it's just right over there, and besides Black Feather already kind of scooted out of there too. I see that Black Feather was killed, so I go in for the fight again, and we're able to lock down the enemy Sky, and we also are able to take out the what do you call it? Sorry, Finn. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so and now we have the opportunity to take down the gold mine. Now here's another thing about Skaarf. His abilities allow him to capture objectives really quickly. So when it comes to taking out the gold mines, taking out the turrets, or even the Kraken, as long as you have your goop on fire, that and also you keep doing the fan the flames perk, you're gonna do so much damage. So I think personally, if you're using Skaarf, it's great for pushing objectives. So always remember that and always use that to your advantage, right? Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, so in that case, basically what I did over there in that previous team fight was to keep my distance. It's very important for Skaarf to keep his distance because most of his abilities require him to be able to aim. Now, if the enemies are standing on top of you, well, it's a good and bad thing, but very often when you have the melee heroes standing on top of you, they'll be going around you. It's very hard for you to get a good aiming on it. Okay, so you want to keep a distance so that you can properly aim your fireballs. But there is a technique. If you were to be attacked by a melee hero, right, and it's standing right on top of you, you can actually drop a goop right on top of yourself and let set the goop ablaze. And that way the hero, if they want to continue attacking you, they will have to stand on top of that goop, which for you, by the way, is a very good proposition because you can just keep fanning the flames and you're going to trade very well with the melee hero. So that's another technique that you guys can try. In fact, I think I do it once in the game, once or twice, because of the Black Feather standing right on top of me. I had no choice. So there you go. We are chasing down the enemy Sky right here, who comes in. I blow one fireball into Sky, I trapped into my goop, and Sky manages to get away. We just scoot out of there for a little while, but we go back in once we see Sky coming in. I missed my fireball there, but we're able to take him out. And now it's just us and Finn. I use my ultimate right on top of Finn to bring him down to really low. And I try to, yeah, Taka once again, being very mobile, very sneaky, is able to just finish off the job. And I think that this game, okay, but I have to admit that although I think I played okay in this game, it was mostly the Taka that carried us because of the way he can just sneak around and just, you know, do the damage. It was so easy for him to just clear the mess for us. So there we go, I'm just poking away at the enemy Blackfeather. As you can see, Blackfeather was thinking twice about engaging me at that point in time because he is a late game hero and I've already have my overdrive on my fireball. So it's gonna hurt him so much, he does not want to trade with me there and then. He might be in a disadvantage. So that's one thing that that Skaarf has an advantage over many other enemy heroes, okay? So moving on, so what I've already gotten for myself here, my first tier 3 item is a Eve of Harvest. Now, because Skaarf is a mage, he relies a lot on his abilities to deal the damage. So it's very important to have enough energy, because once you run out of energy, you basically are just, you can't do anything right there. So I got myself Eve of Harvest. They will help me sustain in fights and also give me the energy that I need. So one tactic is to drop a goop just in front of your enemy, your own front line. So if the enemy wants to engage, they will have to step over the goop, and that's where you can set it ablaze. See me over here, just dropping a goop just right underneath me? Yeah, so that's where I'm taking this to my advantage to be able to take out the enemy who wants to attack me right on top of me. So that's how you can deal with the pressure like that. And you can also see me just healing as I am attacking the enemy because of my Eve of Harvest. So that's one thing that you should take note of. Against Sky is going to be slightly even more difficult to aim at as opposed to Blackfeather. Blackfeather is already difficult enough for me to actually get my fireball onto Sky, who has that added perk of added speed once she has targeted a hero. It's going to be really messy. So usually I leave this kind of stuff to Taka to deal for, because Taka is much better at closing in on these kind of enemies thanks to his X-Retsus. Alright, so here we are in the jungle. I just bought myself some more stuff. I'm going defense, but also working towards my, what do you call that, broken myth. Here, we made the mistake of going in for the gold mine, not knowing where the enemy was, and they stole it. I get pulled in, I quickly turn around, and I want to activate my ultimate right over there, and I'm trying to hit some people here, but so as you can see me, I'm trading very well with the Sky, who's melting very fast. And then Blackfeather, we kind of lose focus here. We kind of changed targets, which was our downfall, to be honest. Although Sky does die by the scout trap, our mistake was to change targets. But then again, that's the strength of the enemy team. They're able to, you know, go in and out of fights really quickly because of their mobility. So it's very hard for a person like Skaarf to be able to catch the heroes like that. So as you can see, that is one shortcoming of Skaarf, and that is his repositioning. It's not easy for him to run away, to reposition, to chase. Although yes, he has his goop. However, the goop has a certain cooldown, and once you use it, you're gonna have to wait a few seconds before you can use it again. So, but mostly that is for chasing or for slowing down the enemy who is chasing you. But other than that, sometimes the most important thing is to reposition. So yeah, so that's basically it. So they've taken down our turret, and we really want to push for their turret as well, because we want to make sure that we are on equal strategic footing. We don't want them to be pressuring us. So we see them in the enemy bush over there. I wind up my ultimate. As you can see, I don't care about the enemy Blackfeather, who was standing on top of me at that point. I do not want to waste my ultimate on somebody who's standing right on top of me, because that way you will never get your ultimate on him. So what I did there was to just focus entirely on Sky and Finn, who was away from me, because that way I do much more damage to that particular hero. And anyway, as I move, Blackfeather will have no choice but to follow me too. So it basically limits the damage that you're getting, because if you're going to just stand right there and try to hit Blackfeather, he's going to be getting all those stacks, the Heartthrob stacks onto you, and you're just going to die eventually. So yeah, so that's one tactic for you guys to know. Don't bother about the hero standing right on top of you. Go for the other heroes who you know you can definitely hit with your ultimate. Anyway, I almost take down the turret here, as you can see. Just one more basic attack will do, but unfortunately they came just in time to save their own turret, and I was like, oh no, it's 300 gold wasted, and we're gonna have to just wait for the next attack. So just one more hit, or one more burn or something like that. It will help us so much. But well, so back to the laning over here. I'm just gonna just try to get my farm. Do pardon my really noob farming here. I am not really good with Skaarf when it comes to getting the last hits, because you see he has that damage over time, the burn on the minion, so it's hard to time it together with your other minions hitting it. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. So anyway, here we are to take on the enemies again. Catherine goes in with the stun. I decide to go in with my ultimate as well. I'm just burning away at the enemy Finn, and unfortunately our Catherine dies there, but we do take out the turret, which is really good for us. And next up, we get pulled in by Finn there, in a bit of trouble there, but good thing is that I put down my goop to slow down the Finn. However, now Blackfeather is right on top of me. See, I'm missing my fireballs all over the place. It's because I get a bit frantic, because I don't have my goop, I don't have my, I lost my fireball, and yeah, so it was a really bad place to be in. That's the one thing about Skaarf you have to take note. Always try to be with your support. Well, in that case, of course, the support was respawning, so there's nothing much I could do. Skaarf works best when he is next to his support, who can just try to help you to peel away from an enemy melee who is targeting you there. Right, so yeah, so, but the good thing is I managed to get my broken myth. So now I've hit a true power spike. This is going to be really big for me. If I can just land my entire ultimate on an enemy, my broken myth stacks will be at least to what, 4 to 5 stacks. So this is going to help me deal so much more damage, especially fanning the flames. So just wait for the next battle. We're trying to scout out for the enemy somewhere. I want to go back to lane to farm something, to do something about it at least. Yeah, I do get something out of it. So I see them chase after me. This is where I'm really in trouble. I got the ultimate, Sky's ultimate on top of me, and now and I don't have my group to try to peel off this Blackfeather, but I do get him really low, and our turret takes him out together with Taka. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, not too bad. And Taka is still once again going in there. Look at Taka, he's just so mobile and able to keep up with the enemy Sky right there. Doing a lot of trading there. I was a bit afraid about Taka committing too much over here, but Taka does Taka does what Taka does, and it's just so slippery. It's so hard to really get him. So good job there. We managed to fend them off, and I get one more crystal bit just to amplify my crystal power. It's rock and roll time, because now I have my broken myth. I can really just do some crazy damage. So yeah, and we're just gonna wait for the enemy to make a move. I'm just gonna scatter. I don't want to be venturing too far out into lane. I'm gonna stick close to my team, just in case a fight were to break out. But of course, there's lane, there's money to be taken, so I'm just gonna take it, right? And I do see that the enemies are down there. They're kind of waiting for us too. So I decide to rejoin my allies, waiting around to see what's going to happen next. We decide to go back into the lane, or I go back to the lane to just try to push the lane forward to put the pressure on them. And still nothing's going on. And I see the enemies over there. Okay, so they are basically waiting for us. We're waiting for them. They see us in the bush, and I'm just going to keep poking with my fireballs in there. and just keep poking in there just to put the pressure on. They have to do something soon. So watch this, guys. This is gonna be an interesting fight. Alright, so we're just waiting for them to do the first move. And they pull us in, that's our cue. So we kind of like I turn around and use my flames. Once again, look at me. I'm not even caring at all about the Black Feather. I just push forward where I know my ultimate can do damage, especially on the Finn. I got Finn to really low, and I'm just gonna make Black Feather chase me. If you want me, you're gonna have to chase me. Don't fall into the trap of trying to attack the hero that's right on top of you. Here we catch Black Feather with my fireball and the goop that we managed to take him out. I actually got the last hit because of my the burn. So now I tell them to go for the Kraken while I push the turret. Now you can see for yourself how fast I take down this turret. So it's been what, 5 seconds, 6, 7. Okay, I'm sure there are other heroes who can take it faster, but considering, you know, that I'm using all my abilities, the turret is gone in about 15 to 16 seconds. So that's really good for us. And now by the time I come back down to the Kraken, it's taken. No problems there. So we got the turret and the Kraken. It's time for us to do a push. So I'm gonna just buy, I think, a metal jacket. No, Atlas Pauldron. I'm trying to get an Atlas Pauldron for the Black Feather, because Black Feather, I had two choices there. I could go for the Aegis for the sky, or I could go for the Atlas Pauldron for the Black Feather. And I realized for the whole trend of the fight, Black Feather's always aiming for me. So I decided I'm just going to buy a Atlas Pauldron first, so as to mitigate the damage from the Black Feather. Yeah, so basically that's why I chose that one instead. Okay, so here we are. We're just gonna hang around here, but I get pulled in by the Finn, and that was the cue for them to aim for me. As you can see, they're targeting me really badly there. I was putting my ultimate. I do try to help turn around. In this case, you saw me going for the enemy Black Feather instead. There were two reasons, because I know I've been telling you guys don't focus on the enemy that's on top of you, but the reason why I went for him there, two reasons. Firstly, I do not want to be too near the turret, because if I were to go for the other two enemies, the turret might have to focus on me, and I would just die much more quickly. The other thing was that because Catherine was with me, and I was banking on Catherine to be able to help me peel away from the Black Feather, so that I can position my ultimate on top of him, which we managed to do a bit of damage to him, and eventually Taka managed to take him out too. And with that, we were able to push for game right over there, thanks to the Kraken. So, well guys, a lot has been said about Skaarf and this game as well. I just want to say that I love playing Skaarf. In fact, I've played him about just prior to making this video. I've been trying to practice with him about 2 times. I realized that, you know, if you can land your skill shots and you follow all these rules about, you know, if the melee character is hitting you, drop a goop and then make them stand on that goop as they're attacking you, and make sure you keep your distance, don't try to dive in too deep, and know when to activate your ultimates and who to aim for while you're channeling your ultimate. All these are the simple rules to follow while you're using Skaarf, and you're gonna be a menace. Skaarf's ultimate is, I feel, one of the most devastating ultimates in the game, if not the most. I know there's Jules' ultimate who technically on paper does more damage, but I feel that Skaarf, together with the shield pierce on this ultimate, it just melts the enemies, and you're also very mobile while you are using your ultimate. It's unlike Joel, where she has to stay on one spot to channel the ultimate. Skaarf is able to just move around, and that helps him a lot. So I feel that if you guys, you know, are willing to experiment with Skaarf, you will like him quite a bit. But however, like I said, he is not the most mobile of laners, so it's difficult to peel away from the fight. If you need strong support to help you do that. Arden can do that for you very well. Catherine, yeah, she can do that too. So you just take note whenever you are playing with your teammates. Take note, if you're going to use Skaarf, try to get them to use any one of these supports to help you out. All right, so a lot's been said. So hopefully, Seal G Gaming, you enjoyed that video, and the rest of you too as well. Let me know what you think about Skaarf. Let me know what you think about this video and how I could play better as well, of course, and what you have built otherwise, because maybe you have a different idea about what items to build first. Because I went for Eve of Harvest first, and not many pro Skaarf players out there might do that. Yeah, so do let me know what you think, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.